So closest to me here is Autumn Clouden, who did the first piece, We Are Women. And in the middle, you might recognize Casey Diaz because she's in her own piece, the sexual assault PSA. That was really powerful. And on the end, we have Lindsay Bacha, whose film was the last film that you saw just now, Morning Breath. And I do apologize for the projectionist.
Great work, ladies. Great work. So we have a couple of questions for you, and Professor Palmer will start off with the first question.
Yes, so I wanted to ask you, and this is addressed to all of you equally, how you chose the structure and style of your piece. So whoever wants to talk first.
You have the mic. I don't want to go first. You have the mic, though.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Okay, so when I did my video, I kind of based it off that PSA that was made in Sweden that's called Dear Daddy, because I was obsessed with that one because it's like a voiceover. So I thought like for mine, when I was like, okay, let's do a voiceover, and all the PSAs that we see out there is always like of girls getting harassed and like, oh, try to stop it. But when we grow up, like I said in the beginning, where like girls are taught to close their legs and make sure your shoulders aren't shown. But nobody tells the boys to not harass, like, oh, leave a girl alone if she says no. Like, if the girl says yes, then that's the consent that you need. So I want to show the other aspect of, like, growing up, like, it's not all on us. Like, it's not the girl's fault whenever it's like, oh, she was asking for it. So that's what I was doing.
For mine, at first I was gonna make like have like the female girls kind of like just talk about their insecurities, but then I said, well, that would be okay, but in order to get like a powerful message across, I instead like have them like say stuff to the camera to make it a more powerful message, kind of like a mini PSA. And so I wanted to put like a compilation of like pictures and like different like stats of like kind of like a mini like animated like montage of things, like how you see like the images of like the girls in the magazines, how they're always like undressed, they're always like sexualized, and how like, you know, with the glass ceiling thing, kind of like with work and like inequality for women, and just kind of like a compilation of everything that you see, like the words, and to just make like a powerful piece, and just to make sure that women feel that they are equal and that they are powerful and that they shouldn't feel inferior.
I decided to structure mine based on my anxiety. So it's about anxiety disorders, but it's kind of hard to get that across because everybody's are so different. And for me, like I decided to do it through my hands and my feet because I like to play with my hands a lot, and when I have anxiety, that's where I go to. So I thought that I could show everybody else that through my hands, sort of. And I did. One day was a bad day. You know, you woke up and you just kind of went with the day. I didn't take like a breath. That's why it's called morning breath. I didn't take a breath, and I just kind of started my day and let my anxiety take over. And that's why everything kind of went downhill with that day. And then the next day, you know, you wake up and you can either decide to let it like control you again, or you can take a deep breath and move past it. And that's kind of what I tried to show. Yeah.
Excellent. Do you feel that being a woman influences your media making, and if so, how? Because this is a women's film festival. We want to get some insight into because the discussion is we have a unique voice. So tell us more about your unique voice.
I think with being a woman, like I am more worried to show other people my work. I'm a senior now, so I've shown enough work to my classes and everything, and I always get worried beforehand that if I have my face in it or if I'm speaking that everyone's going to judge me, or like, oh god, I look really weird there. I'm worried more about like what other people are thinking of me, when I should just kind of be worried about what they're thinking about my work or if they like it. But I think it's harder with girls because I'm caring about what I look like the whole time, pretty much.
I totally like second what you said, because I did not want to be in that PSA. We were trying desperately to find somebody, and I had to end up being the girl in the PSA. But I feel like as a woman, we have to like work harder to be taken seriously, because not only do we care about what we look like, but other people are going to judge us what we look like. So that's also an account, like how she was saying, how women are sexualized and the media, and it's completely true. So it's like hard to be taken seriously with not being seen as like a prude or something if you're covered up and not sexualizing yourself.
So you feel that your media making is your choice on how you make your media is influenced by people's opinion about your appearance?
No, but I'm just saying that's what people are most likely to judge you on is your appearance before they judge you on your work.
I think that you always have to make your work kind of like stronger than like what other people see. Because when you think of like a director or something, you always think of like a Quentin Tarantino or like a Steven Spielberg. So you're always trying to like compete with like the standards of what people want to do. But then sometimes you just have to be creative and think about like what you want to do and how to get your message across. So for mine, I didn't really want to be in my my video, but then I was like, oh well, if I'm not in it, then how can people actually understand that I am like bringing a message across? So I think that as a woman, you do have to put yourself out there more.
Beautiful.
So that segues pretty nicely into my next question, which again is for all of you, which is who are your influences? Who are the directors that inspire you or the artists that inspire you? Let us in on that a little bit.
I like Tim Burton. I like Sofia Coppola. Let's see who Quentin Tarantino. He's a good one. Let's see, Ryan Stiles. I like Wes Craven, the late Wes Craven. He's good. Yeah.
I pretty much second what she says. Like no, I totally agree. I really don't even know. Do you have anybody else to add?
Yeah. I really love Lena Dunham. She's from around here, and she does the show Girls. She writes it and produces it, and she stars in it too. So she's amazing. And I really like Ellen Kuras. She's a cinematographer, but she's great too. And Sofia Coppola and everybody else you said.
I still don't know. I kind of want to be a producer, hopefully. But every day I get new opportunities, and then like it shifts. Some days I want to be a director. Some days I just want to be a TD, a technical director in a studio. Then I want to create content, so it changes for me.
I want to make commercials. Let's see, probably do like radio or television or like some film. Probably like screenplay because I write some screenplays sometimes. Maybe I'll write like a picture screenplay from like a book because I write books too. I have one book written, accomplished. So.
I'm not sure yet either. I really like editing, so probably go somewhere with that. But I also work as a production assistant on like sets, and I like those too. So I'm just trying to feel my way through the industry. Thank you.
What are your unique talents? I know you all three have them. So
Unique talents. This is a hard question. I think we've been like a better perspective of like how to look at the world, like a more like progressive and liberal type of way. Like on issues, like different issues, whether it's like women issues or like civil rights or with the environment. Like we kind of bring like this more progressive push to the media industry for change. So I think that's like a better like advantage.
For me, they're like songs that I've liked growing up, and I thought they kind of related to the topics. One song was like more upsetting, and then the other song was about like rejoicing. The name of it was Rejoice, and it's about like rejoicing despite the fact that all these horrible things are going on in the world, and like despite the fact that people have anxiety. So just, I don't know. Yeah, that's why I chose those. Augusta, definitely. She's amazing. She's been one of my professors for like, yeah, keep clapping. She's been one of my professors since I got here 4 years ago, and like I like grew with her pretty much. Like I got to like understand film more, and she always pushed me. She was like, I don't know, she just always pushes me, and yeah, she's great.
I think for me it was realizing that I am a feminist, because I remember in one of my classes, I think you were in there, Professor Weiss asked us, how many of you are feminists, and not one person, not even like the girls in the class raised their hands. And then ever since then, like he said something that was just like, well, do you believe in voting? Do you believe in like equal pay? And we're like, yeah. He goes, oh, so you are a feminist. And then ever since then, I've been like being more like, I'm more aware of how the glass ceiling does exist and how there is no equal pay. So I try to like be vocal about it, so that way I know and then people around me know that like it is an issue and it's a problem that we need to fix.
I think it's like the professors that work here and like the chair and Jackson and mostly like the friends and like community, because most of them like they pushed me to like put my work out there, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but they was like, you know, you could do it. You're like, you have like this amazing ability to like tell stories, so why not? So I think it's mostly like your peers, your friends, and your families are like the ones to like encourage you more.
Thank you so much for sharing your work and for talking to us.